Got you.
There we are.
I ain't do nothing. We good over here, so? Shout out to my barbers and shout out to my stylists. We are Beards N Baldheads, your host Fat Lace. I got the Soul Survivor Barry to the right of me.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Another Monday.
Sorry for the delay, y'all. That means we got somebody real special in the building tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The most specialist person in the whole wide world is Soup on the other side. Y'all know that already. You know, when we get these technical difficulties, she be working, y'all. She be like, hold up, boom, boom, chop, 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 doing all that good stuff. We don't pay her enough to get on this side, but maybe one day, B.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming?
Yeah.
You got your tax return yet?
Nah.
Me neither. Me neither. We can't afford Soup.
Tonight might be the night. Then.
Tonight might be the night. You know, it might be the night. You just don't, you know. We don't know. Let's see how it work out, man. Everything's going to work out smooth with your bid if you get that bid organics. Trying to let y'all know.
Sorry to tell you. You're going to get tired of them saying, get off my face.
Ooh. That's what they be saying, B. Get off my face. They be on the face.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Take it how you want to take it.
Take it how you want to take it. Y'all some nasty ladies out there. Just fresh.
Yeah, just make no sense.
Just fresh out there. Man, the things y'all do, the things they'll do when you have beer organics in your bed, trying to let you know. Trying to let you know. Make sure y'all go cop that. Man, it was a great weekend. Hope all y'all had a good one.
Everybody safe. Still with us.
And we here on Monday. Shout out to everybody on the check-in early. Let me say that. Get this phone right. Get all y'all going. Yo, B, the guest we have tonight, super special.
One of Plainfield's very own.
One of Plainfield's very own. And the trouble I have is when we have the guests, when we have the guests here too early, is when we start shooting our shot. Yo, shout out to people on the check. We got Shanae on the check, and we got Big Just on the check-in. They here early. They said they know who hit. This young man we have, special man we have, man, he came out with an incredible project. He's a poet. He's a former athlete.
He said former.
Former, because he can still get busy. He was a super dope athlete. Let's be clear.
You know we don't like to hear that.
Yeah, we don't. Super.
Even if we can't do it.
If we can't do it no more.
We just don't want to.
Super dope athlete. Super dope
He
athlete.
said I admit it.
Incredible brother.
Yes.
Incredible son. Comes from a great foundation. That's what man. And a great father. And he has his journey right now when it comes to spoken word. We're going to find out what made him get into this spoken word, what made him come out with such an incredible album. And the album is so special. Shout out to my people from Plainfield on the check-in. When you talk to people and they say, I'm working on something, a lot of people be yes. So I'm talking to our guest tonight. He says, yo, Jay, I want to come on, but after I do this album. He has an album that's on all streaming platforms. It's called On 8th by Hubbard. Shout out to Keisha on check it. It's your block. Shout out to my people from the field early.
That's my block.
All my people who went to Hubbard.
A lot of great people grew up on that street.
A lot of great people did.
We wasn't known for shenanigans, but we was known for other things.
And we have one of the dopest poets on the scene. We have, so don't walk by again. I'm putting you on the shot, so. One of the most incredible poets on this scene. We have Timmy Jackson in the building. Salute, Tim.
What up?
I'm happy to have you here.
For sure. I don't know if I'm doing this right.
You good?
Nah, you are
good.
You're doing it right. You're doing it right, Timmy. I got to make sure it's a lot of stuff that. Now we got Timmy Jackson. We're gonna start off early. Is your family, if we had a versus, could they beat the other Jackson family because they had one of the biggest movie sales? We got Michael Jackson who came out this weekend, grossing $100 million.
Yeah, it depends on what we're doing. You know what I mean?
If it's athletics, who's going to win?
I'm taking the Jacksons from 8th Street.
I'm going with the Jacksons.
Yeah.
I'm going with the whole family.
Athletic street, y'all know.
Or not.
It definitely is an athletic street. It's a Now it's not just athletics; it's creatives.
We got a lot. Yeah, we talking about that earlier.
We got creatives.
Yeah.
Tim, I want to get to it. So B, this is what happened with me. We gonna go back, but I want to say what got me here to right here.
Mm-hmm.
B, I'm watching Timmy, T Jack Fantastic. Did I say it right?
T Jack the Fantastic.
T Jack the Fantastic.
Right.
I'm watching him on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he starts singing these songs. He's doing like covers of songs.
Yes.
Now I know Timmy from the sports. I know Timmy from being a cool, humble guy. It's my man.
Yeah.
But now I see him doing these covers on Instagram, and he's singing. I'm like, he's singing stuff from where it might be it might be Stevie Wonder. It might just different covers of songs. And I'm like, yo, is he serious when he's doing it? Because at first, like, nah, he just playing. But no, he serious. And at first, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at it. And at the same time, I'm entertained by it.
Mm-hmm. Hooked you in.
Yo, he hooked me. I'm like, yo, he kind of off key. Now, I can't sing for nothing. I can't sing to save my life. But then I'm like, damn, I wish I could do what Timmy's doing. Yo, this is kind of fly. And he's doing it again and again and again to the point where he has me engaged.
Right.
Timmy, you had me engaged to the point I'm like, yo, I'm enjoying this. Let's talk about when you first started doing that, Tim. We're going to take it back after.
No. That's definitely where it kind of... So what happened was it was during COVID, right?
Okay.
And I was sitting at home like all day. And
Peace to joy, peace to $500,000.
Spending like just everybody locked up. Everybody in the house, can't do nothing or whatever. I'm at work and that's all I'm doing. And so it's like you start listening to music. And I'm just like, yo, I'm jamming to this song right now. Then I was like, yo, I'm going to record myself right now. And then it was like, I'm going to put it on IG right now. So that's basically how it went. And it was, I can't sing, you know what I mean? But it was a lot of fun. And it had people laughing. And it had people like, the comments, like from everybody. Like, yo, what are you doing? That sort of thing. But it was something that I felt like was bringing a smile to people's faces.
It definitely brought a smile to my face. Because I'm like, it takes courage to do it. And you were so poised. I'm like, hold up. What is going on in your brain? And it's going to lead into all the dope poems, this dope project that you have. Because you have to lock in different chambers. And I'm like, damn, is this bringing it back to the Tim that I met from Cedarbrook? We was talking earlier. Shout out to all my Cedarbrook people.
We're
I definitely spent half a year there. It was a great time. we got the great Anthony Davis Senior in the building. AD was good. We got Rockman in the building. We had. If anybody went to Cedarbrook School, Plainfield, New Jersey, we talk about Miss Logan right there. Y'all know about them spring plays and the winter plays, and you had you lucky to have a speaking role.
Right,
me and Fly 9 had we made up a little line.
I was the narrator.
Oh, you had all the speaking roles, B.
Yo.
B Ben had the James Earl Jones voice.
I told people I've been doing plays forever.
I remember doing like Peter Pan and all those different plays. It was the Nutcracker and all that. Sort
I
of
heard. So I'm like Timmy, you were acting, but at the same time you were being you.
Right.
When you started singing, because like I said, you're doing covers of songs.
Yeah. It was just something to make people laugh, and it was something that I was enjoying. So It was kind of like killing two birds with one stone in a way. It was like, all right, it had a good reception, and like the more I did it, the more it was like, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and then like yeah, it was just something that I wanted people to enjoy during a time where it was kind of like stuck in the house type of way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it was dope.
It was crazy. I hear so many stories. One of the worst periods in our human lives unlocked a lot of good things.
A lot of people started businesses and stuff during that period because they were able to focus on things that really mattered in a way. You know what I mean? Like during that time, like you had a lot of, even where companies and things like that is they're preaching like togetherness and family, and like from that, like with the time that you were at, a lot of families were able to bond together and create things for people. You know what I mean? Like within the community. So there's a lot of things that were positive that came from COVID. Like I know a lot of brands that started. Like Wash Dads. Like that.
To the fellas.
Word up. So like that sort of thing. So. And even for me, like I tried to do something during that time period, per se, that didn't work, right? Because one of my sons, like shout out to my son Zach, he's on the spectrum. So like I was trying to do some advocacy for work for like and I started like a t-shirt business and that sort of thing, but it was failed because I just didn't know what I was doing. I tried to do too many things at one time, whatever. But that was that. But it it was a lesson learned in how to like approach business in a different way and how I was able to channel it to do other things. So. But not like I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent.
No, this is your world right now.
I'm listening to what you said as far as businesses. Most people I know who started businesses, they wasn't successful right out the block.
Right, exactly.
I mean, sometimes they had trial and fail. I mean, some people just hit it out the park day one. That's not rare. That's rare.
For sure.
But
it is.
Most people don't like the failure part and they quit.
Definitely, and that's what I learned here too. Even with, I know we're going to talk about the album later, but just going into that, like. It's a grind, yo. You talked about it on a couple of shows ago when that you had brought up the that girl that approached T.I. You know what I mean? And it was just like, yo, put me on, like, yo, do some work. I don't want to curse. Like, do some work. You know what I mean? Like,
we got AD in the building. He said, "Curse up a storm, man." We hit.
But do some flipping work. You know what I mean? Like, it takes that, like, yo, it's like if you want this out, like, you gotta be able to say like. F everything else at this point and pursue what it is that you want.
We are with Tim and Jackson right here. I'm gonna tell you, this album is incredible.
I appreciate that.
This album is incredible right here. Let me let y'all know on 8th by Hub and on all streaming platforms. We talking about this spoken word game right here. A lot of people think you talk about putting in work, right?
Right.
I've been a fan of spoken word for a long time, so. Yeah, it might have been like 2001, 2002. I'm at Jimmy's Uptown Cafe out in Harlem.
Right.
And a young man at the time, young in the game, is a peer of his, like an older brother of mine, Flo Mentals.
I know Flo, yeah.
This is how I got to see you in Rawway.
Right.
So let me bring it back to like 2001.
Got you.
Him and my brother were super tight friends. Right. He knew me before I was born.
Got you.
So I remember going, he used to rhyme. Came back from Atlanta. He got his story and started doing spoken word. But I didn't know Chris was doing this.
Of course.
Flow Mental. So now my cousin Ryan J says, yo, come, we going to go to this spot called Jimmy's Uptown. They got this poetry thing. It's an open mic every week.
Yeah.
So now we go there and I'm seeing Flo up there. He's like, Jay, what you doing? I was like, came to watch.
Right.
It was on Wednesday nights, and he killed it. He killed it. Same times when you got Amari Hardwick and all them. Everybody went through here. So now I'm watching it, and I see him get busy there maybe like 2 times. Kills it. And I'm seeing all these other performers killing it. Maybe a year or 2 later, you got Def Poetry Jam.
Right.
I think he did it maybe 5 times, and Flo killed it every single time. I'm going to a show in Rawway. And I'm thinking I'm going to see him.
Right.
And then something struck me. I was like, hold up. He not going to perform tonight. He just promoting.
Right.
So now when I pull up, I see you.
Yes.
There. It's the first time I'm seeing you doing your poetry live for the first time in person. And you crushed it. You got
that.
the whole what's the thing when they go like this, the people when they got like it's almost like he has music written right there, but he has the work. Like he came with his own props, B.
You have to.
He came with everything.
Right.
Now some people I've seen all different types of performers. He was poised, he was chill. Set up the what do you call that? Like the little easel type thing.
Whatever.
So you set up that and put the work in. You were captivating. You and this was without the music.
Right.
And you was killing it. So I'm like, this album, I think that one might have been early last year. Was it sometime? Earlier this year?
It was either earlier this year or
late last year. Something like that.
It was still cool, I think. Yeah.
It was work. You were doing a lot more work before then. I'm watching you on IG perform.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about grinding.
Right.
And I want people to understand, like, you have to put in work for someone to believe that you're nice. Don't just say, hey, yo, I'm about to.
Right.
Or I'm going to do this. Because that night, when I'm talking to you, now I'm like, yo, man, would you want to come on this show? And you tell me, Jay, I'm working on an album.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
After I'm working on the album, yo, then let's do something. What the album said.
Right. It's like what you said, like, and I'll put it into more context even for that, where it's like, what we were talking before the show when you were talking about like promotion and different things like that. I had to make sure that this shit was in hand first. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to be like, yo, like you said, like, yo, it's going to come out. Oh, okay. Like, because even with that, the process, it was like, all right, we were working on it, and the way we were working on it, it was like, okay, it's going to be done now. Oh, no, we still got to do this. So, like, to me, it's like, when I start hearing that, I don't want to give anybody any
piece
doubts.
to Toya.
You know what I'm saying? I want I want them to understand, like, so, like, that's what I was saying, like, it's got to come. I wanted to make sure that, yo, like, I wasn't coming and wasting your time. Yo, I'm going to come out with this album, and then it's like 3 years later, and it's like, or even 3 weeks later, and it still ain't out yet. Yo, Tim, I'm wilding. Like, at this point in my life, like, even with, like, a lot of these ventures and stuff that I'm doing, it's like it's about now, you know? It's like putting in that work in now. It's like, yo, stop. Yo, like, there's no one, with all the mediums and different things that we have in place, whether it be IG, whether it be equipment in here that you can buy from whatever if you have the means, like, yo, there's nothing stopping you from really doing anything. You don't need a big production. You don't need any of these things. You just need a team of like-minded individuals that are willing to work with you. You know
that
what I'm
will.
saying? And that's the thing that
willing part.
Yeah,
the will.
That last part was important.
But that's the thing, and that's who I've aligned myself with in order for me to get to the points that I want. Like, yo, I don't waste time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give people, like, yo, I reach out and say, yo, you want to work? Let's do it. And if they don't want to work, and if you hemming and hawing, it's okay. You will have
hemming and hawing.
Yeah, like, yo,
like
it's like, yo, you could go ahead. Like, but that's because I have goals now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Like, yo, you would have called me 5 or 6 years ago. It would have been laid. It would have been laid back. It would have been like, yo, let me just
my bad, baby.
Let things come to me in a way. And now it's like, it don't work like that.
Nah.
Like, yo, you got to put in that work. So going back to what you were saying in Raw, yes. So, like, I don't use the podium thing anymore. It's I've been working. It's a progression, right? When I first started, it was the phone. Then it was to the podium because I thought I could have more flair, be able to be more engaging with the crowd.
This is when he was first starting, y'all. If y'all see, he had the phone out,
right? Exactly.
You know, so he went from this. Then I seen him with the podium,
right?
Okay,
and then from there, it was like, yo, in order to really do this, start memorizing your stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Engage with the crowd. Make sure that they understand give them that feeling. Make sure that they understand the words that are coming from you and that they feel it. And the only way I felt that I could do that was to abandon the paper and everything like that.
Were they like crutches to you?
Yo, in a lot of ways they can be.
Because I've seen some guy who had a big notepad like this.
Right.
And he's reading from the notepad.
Definitely.
It was nothing on the notepad.
Right, yo, but that's
so I thought it might have been. It was so I thought it was a prop for you.
Nah.
But Tim was like, nah, this is me getting comfortable.
This isn't going to take away from anybody else because you have some people that can read off of paper and phones and sound phenomenal. You know what I mean? And are able to kill it. like where I'm still like inspire me, where I'm just like, damn, like you know what I mean. It makes me sometimes want to throw my pen out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was just like my lane, and that's one of the things that within poetry that you really can kind of see is that everybody can have their own lane. There's so many different styles. You know what I mean? Even within the genre of spoken word. You know, I don't want to sound like this person. This person doesn't want to sound like me, and I appreciate that. But we could still be competitive, or we could still like work together, and we can our styles can clash, or and you know what I mean, and mesh into creating something more. I'm really about the community with all this stuff and working with other people. So,
I think you know what you said about the getting rid of the pad and paper. I think just like rapping,
yeah.
Whether we hear when we hear a song on the radio, we're not thinking about the rappers in the studio reading,
right?
Even though
of course, right.
When we see the finished product, they've memorized it.
Yo, most
and I think
definitely.
people give them more props for memory. But let's switch to comedy.
Right.
I remember watching Dion Cole for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
His whole spiel was he would read jokes of a pad. And if people laughed, he'd be like, okay, good. And he'll check it.
Right. Yeah. I remember seeing that. For sure,
I thought it was a gimmick.
Right.
And he said he was so high that he had to write his jokes down because he couldn't remember them.
Nah, I get that though.
But he said when he started to remember his jokes, people were like, where's the pad?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
no, I get you.
But I think it's because of the different genre. But
right.
I think you made the right decision.
Most definitely.
By putting the phone down. Because now I feel like it's coming from...
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
It slows it down. Like, there's some pluses that I noticed. Like, I try to be... I'm like a... Like, I take this writing shit, like, really serious.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Where it's, like, word structure, prepositions, like, you know, similes, metaphors. All the things. What fits in. So, like...
You got layers upon layers.
Like, yo...
With your lyrics.
But that's what I mean. Like, I really take my time. Like, you know, and even now where it's, like... It's funny because I listen to the album now, and like a lot of those poems were written maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, because the album took that long to make. So, getting to the process of that now, I guess it's a good segue. All right, so I didn't do so when I came out of college. I graduated in 04. Graduated English, wanted to be creative writer, wanted to be
Montclair State, right?
Montclair State,
There we
big
go.
up. Yep. Wanted to be a writer. You wanted to be a poet. Everything that I'm doing now, I wanted to do.
Just said you were writing stories since you were a little kid.
Yo, and if like, so you were gone by the time I started writing these funny stories called The Timid, but it was like these funny stories about this character I made up.
AD says salute to Miss Yarbrough's gifted and talented class right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Sorry to
Yes,
cut
sir.
you off, Tim, but yo, they here for you. They here for you, baby.
So let me go way back.
We talking about you writing these stories.
Right, yo,
yeah,
no,
we
I'm
here.
gonna actually go back to the first time I met Jay, just because AD brought up Miss Yarbrough's class. All right, so it was like Jay had just got to the school, right, and like I put like the balls that what he did was like, I was shocked, right? So like it's about to be lunchtime, right? We have a mutual friend in the class that, you know what I'm saying? He comes in, he knocks on the door, and the teacher, Ms. Yarbrough, opens the door.
Yeah.
And Jay's like, I just wanted to know, I don't have any lunch money. I wanted to ask my friend if he could give me some money for lunch. Yo, word is bond,
Wow.
Jay. Like, I don't know why. There's certain things that I just remember for some reason, but that was the first time I met Jay, and that was like, you know, and then that was it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but that
You
was...
met Jay finessing somebody.
Yeah, exactly. He was asking me.
I really forgot it. I really ain't had my lunch money.
Right. But no, that was like when we...
Jay probably had $10 bills in his pocket.
I had better stories than that.
Nah,
He ain't
but
wanna
no.
break.
But that was
Hey,
the first
Pat, he
time,
ain't want to
yeah.
break the 10.
I ain't want to break the 10.
But no, that was the first time I met Jay. But
Nah, I made my mark at Cedar Brook
Right.
early.
so,
I made my mark at Cedar Brook.
so let's see. Okay, back to Montclair State.
Back to, before we
sorry,
get there, you writing these stories young.
Right. Just little stories. Like
Just
nothing
little
major.
stories.
Yeah, like I didn't even take it serious. It would be like I enjoyed the time that we had, like when we were in class, and it would be like, okay, this is like we're going to write a poem. You know what I mean? And we're going to do this. But it was nothing really like serious, right? And like even the little doodles and different things that I would make, it wasn't something like I'll put it to you this way. Like for me, it's like I really didn't get the creative stuff was always there. Whether it would be like, I'm sorry.
He got a fancy phone, y'all.
the creative stuff came in being able to be in band, being able to be with Ms. Logan and doing the plays and different things like that. That was dope. From a creative standpoint, yes. Did I have imaginary friends? Right, yes. Did I go outside and act like I was, you know what I mean, Superman and all that other stuff? So it was always in me. But sports was the thing, you know what I'm saying? Playing tennis, all that, you know what I mean, growing up and doing that. So having that, and then also like, in a way, like being appreciative of the arts and different things like that growing up, when I look back, I don't feel like it was cultivated. You know what I mean, in the spaces. Not to say like my parents wouldn't have like allow me to pursue that or not, but it was more like, yo, I'm playing sports. My older brother plays sports. My dad plays sports. So that was it. When I went to college is when I really began to and besides like, so yes, there was some writings before college, but when I got to college and like my mind started like, so I started majoring in English and started like dissecting texts and figuring out the meaning and the symbolism of different things. I started like opening my mind up to being like, damn, like, yo, there's a lot of perspectives in this world, you know? So then I started writing, right, for most. And then what happened was is like, so I graduated, same around the same time, 04, 05. I know I'm rushing, so I apologize. I just want to try to get through it for you.
Take your time. We good.
I saw Flo. I saw the Talams. I saw AC. I saw the Rob Hiltons back in like 04. And I was just graduating, and I was like, yo, this is what I want to do.
You ever see Mums?
You know what I mean? Yes,
Mums was my guy. I used to perform with him and Chris.
So, well, and then it was like, all right, then student loans came. And it was like, oh, you got to get a job. You know what I mean? So, like, that starts taking an effect. And then, like, then my son came. And then marriage. And then, so it was like, I didn't write from, like, that time frame. Because, like, growing up, and you know how I grew up. It was like, family, right? I have a family, I have a responsibility. I have work. Everything else kind of takes, there's no side things to really do. You know what I mean? It's all business at this point. So all of that, marriage, everything like that. So I didn't write again.
He ain't peeped the pic.
Oh, you ain't peeped the pic?
Nah, he ain't peeped.
We talking about family.
Oh,
you gotta understand.
Yo,
you gotta.
Me right there.
That's you in the middle.
That's me right there.
I'm gonna slow you down, so tell.
Right,
Go ahead,
Ted.
introduce everybody here.
All right, that's Mom, right there. You know what I'm saying? That's Jessica. That's Miriam. That's me. And that's Big Bro Just right
You ain't
there.
see pictures earlier. We had definitely a you.
Oh yeah. That's my dad in the middle, the patriarch.
Yes.
That's Just. I don't know.
Yo, first of all, it's National Poetry Month right now. If y'all ain't know.
Right.
And we got one of the dopest spoken word, one of the dopest poets. We got Timmy Jackson in the building. On all streaming platforms, he got On 8th by Hubbard. I gotta slow you down just a little bit, because some people might not know, because you tried to speed by like you just play sports. You got AD in the building. AD is like, we used to play wall ball, kickball, and all that. You know what I mean? You know, stuff like that.
Definitely.
Let's talk about when you didn't just play tennis. You were elite at tennis. Tennis is not the sport. First of all, we got tennis, everyone. Right here, we got the late great Mr. Van Blake right there. And right here it says this year's team, whatever it says, the standouts is Justin and Tim and Jackson right there. If y'all could read with the highlights. And I was there during that time. They were definitely special when they got busy in this tennis game. Tennis was really not known for us. No. And they was whooping on everybody. They were getting busy, repping for the field. Shout out to Tony Wiggs out there, another one. But let's talk about these Jackson brothers.
We're going to shout out two more tennis guys. Shout out my man Leon. Shout out to my man Carl.
Peace to Carl, too. Yes. It's a special club of you guys who are tennis lovers and the love we have for Mr. Van Blake.
Word up.
In this sport right here, it's a team sport, but you are out there by yourself. You're out there by yourself. You have to show and prove of all the work that you put in. This is not a sport that you can get lucky in.
Nah.
It's no like, you hit a lucky shot. And it got to be,
you'd have to hit a series of lucky shots.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You had to show that you are him.
Right.
You got a lot of people saying, I am him. Well, play a one-on-one sport.
Yeah, tennis is one of those things that you are in the spotlight. So growing up, we started playing tennis. My dad played Cedarbrook Park. Shout out to Cedarbrook Park. We were like 5 years old.
Yes.
Still rocking.
My dad would take us to the park, and then he would start feeding his balls. You know what I'm saying? And me and Big Bro started playing, and that's how it went. And then we just started progressing from there. My dad played football. He didn't want us to play football because like he had like knees and stuff like that, all that. But
the Grant Hill effect,
right? So like but now like we enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't. And the thing is too is like even with all the tennis that we were able to play and the achievements that we were able to have, me and my brother, and of course like and Jay knows, and we always talk. We were talking about before, athlete wise, like my brother was like, yo, I can't even imagine. Something that I was glad to be able to witness, but like
you weren't Tito Jackson.
I'm not saying
no. Let's be clear, because we had the Jackson movie that came out,
right,
and they talk about Mike was Mike,
right? Of course,
Justin was just. It wasn't like Michael Jackson and then Tito. No, it wasn't a fall off right there. We got to take a lead singer from another group.
Right.
If we want to put Ralph Tresvant, Bobby Brown or something, like, no, you got busy.
I always took offense to the Tito Jackson.
Right. No,
Piece of G Money.
He was the only one that really knew how to play an instrument.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So out
of all of them, he was really more musical talented than all of them.
And
he gets the shine.
Yeah,
because he didn't sing.
I feel you, B. I just don't want you to. I want people to understand, those was both names in that paper.
Right.
You got busy, and your brother's incredible athlete as well. So your father took the time. And I'm gonna get these Jackson comparisons right now because they was killing Joe. They was killing Joe. They was killing Joe.
Right.
But no, he took the time with his sons to help on their craft, to help them be better men, help earn a living in life, whatever. He knew this was going to be special for him. So Joe Jackson said, no, at a young age, this is what I'm going to help you work on. You just said your father, at a young age, 5 years old, he's hitting tennis balls to y'all.
Right.
In Cedar Brook Park. You could have not liked it. You could have been whack at it.
Right.
You were very nice at it.
Right. So I mean, like it was never a pressure to play like like Michael.
You said you ain't get a whooping.
Nah, yeah, no, it was nothing like that. But it was like, so we enjoyed it, and we started playing tournaments, and then because we played all year, it wasn't just high school for us. We were in clinics during the winter times, indoor tennis, outdoor tennis. But even with all, like I was saying, even with all the tournaments we won or whatever accolades that we did receive, we still didn't play the level of tennis that like the elites because of the type of money tennis takes. You had people flying their kids down to Florida.
Understand that part.
You know what I mean? And my parents got 4. Like they don't. You know what I mean? And not to say like we were like poor or nothing like that, or any course, but it was just more like,
you're saying how much it does cost.
Right.
So that's what made it so special. When you guys were beating the Warlaw Hartridges, when you're beating the Pingarees, when you're beating, because our local talent was still tough.
Oh, most definitely.
But this, I'm sorry to cut you off, but this is what the stigmatism about tennis was.
Right.
Only kids with money could play.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was the problem why, I ain't going to lie, why a lot of us didn't play because our parents couldn't afford it.
Oh, most definitely. But see, that's what Mr. Van Blake did. He made it affordable.
He did make it. He said tennis everyone.
Like I played.
Yeah.
I wish that we could have like been able to ransack his house, after he passed.
Oh, the equipment he had.
With the pictures. Dude had. When they did, so I spoke at his when they reopened the Van Blakes when it was Hupstein. And you know what I mean? Like I go back that far, all of that. So when the Shacks were on the other side, but now it's fancy, it's cool, I love it. But like I spoke at his when they opened it up, like the ceremony or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the pictures that he had. There was pictures of me and my brother in there when we were like...
You never seen them
before.
Yeah.
I'm saying like,
but Coach Kev got me one.
But but when you look at, and like what Jay was saying, like there's in a way, a fraternity of people, like when you played for the high school team. You know what I mean? Like there is a camaraderie there, like, and it's because of Coach. You know what I mean? Because we knew... There was like a span of people where it was like there was town tennis, right? And town tennis was where we would go to different towns and play other towns, town tennis. But it was like, so you mentioned Leon. I might have been like 9 or 10. Leon was already in high school. Yeah. So I know Leon. So it's like all these different people that I know, like from like all these generations that span, like because of what Mr. Van Blake did. Like he definitely created a community of people that was dope. What's up.
Yeah, ever thought about somebody organizing a get together? Cause y'all, I don't want to think. I played football and I played baseball. It's the difference.
Right.
It's not an individual sport.
No, for sure.
So I've always thought about, have you guys, since your fraternity is so much smaller than mine,
Right.
you ever thought about reunions?
Like we see, like if you, it's funny because I can say no, you know what I mean? Because everybody is all scattered and stuff.
Right.
But when you see somebody, like I might see Carl at the tennis courts and I'll talk to him, Kenny Martin, like you know these people that I know, like Leon, because a lot of the people that graduated, like Gentry, because he's always at Cedarbrook and we always chop it up when I see him. Like Sterling, I don't know if you know Sterling.
I know all the tennis guys. I wanted to play.
Sterling
I
White.
could never had the time.
Yeah, Sterling White, like he
Sterling White still around?
Yo, like he like, but see the thing is, like
you go up, he was 8th Street.
Yeah, he lived down. His parents
I used to play this backyard.
Yo, he had the tennis courts back there on the back of his
and
car.
the basketball court.
Yeah, so like, but the thing is like, but yo, like when I see, you remember Dennis Moore?
Yes.
So like Dennis Moore's a DJ. You know, like so,
man, I ain't
you know,
seen Sterling so long time.
like,
I said, what's up?
But these are the people like when I see him in past, like yo, like you, it's like. You know what I mean? Like you, it's like it's a handshake. You know what I mean? Secret handshake type joint. But it's like, nah, we everybody's scattered. But what I was saying is like you see people because a lot of people stayed in tennis, whether they became instructors, coaches, all that sort of thing.
All the tennis players come from off 8th Street.
Hey, who knows, man?
On 8th by Hubbard. Make sure y'all get that. Make sure y'all get that.
Had tennis players.
Make sure y'all get that right there.
But nah, it was dope though.
It's dope. Nah, I love it.
Coach was serious.
We talking about all that work that you put in right there.
Right.
We talking about, so now you go to school. We talked off camera about rugby, something physical,
right?
Because you had to get that off your chest. It was in the blood. You said your dad was getting busy with football and everything.
Right.
You go to Montclair, you playing rugby for them.
Right. So by the time I graduated. So by the time, this is early stages of rugby. Like, so what happened was, because we were playing like grown ass men, like men's club. Other people had schools, but it wasn't as popular or it wasn't as like structured as it is now that I've seen. Shout out to Montclair State Rugby. Anyway, but like when I graduated from high school, I was done with tennis. Like I had a
piece of the general.
You know what I'm saying? It was because it was for that long. You know what I'm saying?
But you was the number one player, right?
Yeah. It was, by the time
the burnout
that
happens
because I took. So here's the thing: I had a scholarship to go play at a D1 school down in Maryland, right? And I went down there. The demographic.
You don't want to shout that school out?
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say that. But like when I went down there for orientation, it was just like only me. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and my parents looked at me, I looked at them, and I was just like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't do it. So I came back, set the semester off from school, and then that's when I went to Montclair, and then the rest is history. But back to rugby, it was, so I stopped playing tennis. I tried to play a little bit in college, but it wasn't the same. A friend of mine was like, why don't you play rugby? Like, bet. Cedarbrook.
Free for all. AD said free for all.
You know what I mean? Free for all. Like, behind Hubbard playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's playing against and I can do this. You know what I mean?
Didn't know y'all were doing that because I probably would have jumped in.
So I started.
I didn't know anybody that played rugby.
Oh no! So like I said, like I wasn't even privy to it until I got to school. Because even when I look at it on like the TV, like looking at it on like look at it on like TV and stuff like that, you really look at it as like there's chaos. There's nothing. No, there's plays. There's all the
rugby. I always liked it,
and I excelled. You know what I mean? I was fast. I had good hands. I was quick. Cedarbrook School showed me how to juke people out because it was 1 on 85.
Piece to 1 on 85.
But
I said was give me a mouthpiece. I'll play.
But that's the thing. So it's like, but I was even like, I didn't mind even back when we were back in Cedarbrook running against. If I'm 3rd grade, you 6th grade, let me see what you got. You know what I mean? I have an older brother that tests me all the time.
And who's elite?
I mean? So it's like
elite. Yes,
so
indeed.
Like, everybody else was second to him. You know what I mean? For me. So it was like that gave me the ability to sit there and say, I'm not scared to run into you. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? So
one worse than the other.
That's how it was. Right. So I only had to deal with the one. So but it was enough. You know what I mean?
So what y'all both have in common? Y'all both have influence from your older brothers, and y'all both have been trained at a young age. B always tells me about performing with the family, whether him playing. Did you play the drums with it? From the drums,
I was the singer.
The singer, like the whole family, just getting busy. Yeah. And it's a culture.
Right.
And it's a foundation. I think you have is that the name of one of
If we're growing up in a big family.
foundational pieces. Foundational
right.
pieces. It's a dope. It's a dope poem right there. And you talk. I hear the stories about B. I hear something new about B every time we talk.
Right.
And with you, Timmy, the foundation that y'all had growing up.
I'm gonna cut them off real quick with my book coming out. The reason why I keep adding.
You got to learn how to let it go.
Jay wasn't in it. Now he's in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yo, you can
And
stop
somebody
it
told me I gotta stop.
and then start another one. Like, you know what I mean?
And start another one.
Somebody told me you gotta stop.
Right.
You can't keep adding chapters. But go ahead.
What y'all both had with a foundation. And we're gonna get into this album.
Right.
You said, I got God-fearing parents and their parents' parents.
Right.
That means for a long time,
Granddad.
Yeah, for
B
sure.
could tell me his lineage going back to South Carolina.
Right.
You could probably tell me your lineage with your family coming back.
Right.
And this all is playing a part of you
Right.
when it comes to the competitiveness with the rugby.
Right.
You have to get. A lot of people don't understand when they say rap is a contact sport.
Mm-hmm.
Those who know, they know.
Right.
When you're performing, you're giving so much of your energy, whether you singing B, whether you
Definitely.
performing with your poetry,
You
Right.
me rapping. You're giving so much of your energy, your focus. This right now is contact sport
Right.
because I'm looking at everything like it's competition. We
Of
want to be
course.
the best.
Of course.
I want you to leave here when you do everyone else's show. Be like, nah, yo, now that Beards and Baldheads was that
Right.
one
Right, of
there because
course.
you put in so much work
Most
and you
definitely.
care about it so much.
Yes.
You cared about rugby. You didn't, that was that drug that you needed to get
Of
you off
course.
the tennis.
Right. Oh, most definitely.
And now you had you got this rugby drug, but it's like, yo, man, now my head hurt a little bit.
Right.
I can't keep doing it.
Was that more for you needed to get your aggression out?
Nah, like rugby was fun. Like, yo, I have my reunion actually this Saturday. Going to try to make it. I want to make it, but nah, like it was. In college, I don't want to go into all the details, but college was a fun time for me.
That's
You
what
know
we're
I'm
talking
saying?
about. It was a fun time.
and it was like,
For all of us.
Yeah.
yo, and it was
Jamaica's very good.
and it was so it was like being able to find somebody like, and it was loose. You know what I mean? There was kegs on you know what I mean? Like,
What position did you play?
so I played outside center. I started as a flanker, and flanker was like what you see in the scrum, right on the outside. But that's for like the bigger guy, because I'm a bigger guy too. You know what I mean? Back in college, I was lifting a lot. You know, whatever. But then they realized, oh, you're fast. You know what I mean? Oh, you're fast and you have hands. So then they put me on the wing. So I started playing inside center and outside center. And that's more like of a running back type of position. You know what I mean? So with rugby, it's like, it's different because it's like you're not alone. You're not supposed to be like running alone, right? Because in case they collapse, you pass it back or whatever, kick it forward. I wasn't that type of guy. Like, I still had that mentality, like, I'm running you through you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taking you with me. Or at the same time, what they didn't get, like, you might think I'm coming with you and I'm spinning off of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had all these moves, like, and it was like, oh, I'm nice at this. Like, but it comes back to being like all the other things, like the footwork, tennis with the footwork. You know what I mean? Plyos, cones, all these fast feet, all this other. So all of it tied in together. But that's how life is. Everything from like an experience standpoint, we are supposed to tie in to what it is that we're going in to do from like,
data collector.
It's crazy how rugby combines
I am a data
different
collector.
sports.
Right. My fault. I mean, my
No,
fault.
I'm going to cut you off.
Nah.
So
It's your show.
when it comes to this album right here, and I lose my mouth sometimes, y'all, when I'm trying to switch to the right here on 8th by Hubbard.
Man, I love to see that.
He has, first of all, he came with gifts. In right here, we got the track list right here. We gonna run through it. We We got the introduction. We got data collector. Now, is it data or data? Which one? We got poetic aphrodisiac. That just sound like you send more than good morning text in the morning. Soup. He getting them wet in the morning.
It's not GM.
Nah, he's not just GM. He knows how to send them texts in the morning.
Yo.
Yeah, to get a, we got foundational pieces. We got Let Me Wake. We got Fight. Land of the Free. Heart's Fragile Footsteps is a poem, still a poem. Now that's a few I'm up here listening to. Because when I'm listening to you talk about right now, tennis, when we're talking about rugby, so many intricate pieces. You talking about footwork. We talking about spinning.
Right.
So many ways to attack. That same mentality I am hearing on this album right here.
Right.
You don't. The way you're in pocket is crazy. First, let's shout out your producer right here on this album.
Oh, Chris Phoenix, bro.
Chris
that's
Phoenix.
my man.
Chris Phoenix.
I did the story, Joe. Like the story is, and I don't mean to cut you.
No,
off. Like,
let's get to because you and Chris Phoenix
right
collabed on this. We're talking about these sounds. It is live band sounds. It's smooth jazz sounds.
Right.
You got samples of your family talking. We got samples of is this your coworker talking about how you getting dressed? We got a lot going on with sounds. So when you told me in the other room, he likes sounds. He's good at sound. It reminds me of Bomb Squad production, PE production. When it comes in, it's like mixed with DJ Premier. It's a lot that's going on melodic.
I hope he's Chris. I hope you listen.
Chris, we here. We tapped in.
So me and Chris met Cypher Skills, on Suite 1111 on there on second. I was at a open mic, right? First start, like haven't been, fresh out of my divorce, right? Like a couple years ago, and this is when I first started because I haven't been doing this. That's what. There's layers to this shit.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't do poetry for like 20 years, right? I hadn't moved to that before because of the responsibilities that I felt that I was.
You had to get that shake off.
Right, but it was also because of like how I felt life should be, right? It was the foundation that I have. It was family. It was like, so this is how my life is supposed to be, right? I'm supposed to be married. I'm supposed to have a family.
You had that Cosby curse.
Right.
And what people never understood about the Cosbys, if they really paid attention, it was never perfect.
Oh, no, not at all.
But people looking at you, Timmy, which was unfair. They looking at you. They looking at Justin. They looking at the twins. They said, "Well, no, they have two parents.
Yeah.
They have an education. Can't nothing be wrong with them.
So,
they can't run into no type of situation." I'm gonna tell you, all three of us, we grew up with our parents in our lives. So now, what happens is, you have people that start judging you. You start second guessing yourself. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
And anybody else watching, everybody is blessed how they're blessed.
Right, for sure.
And we can't control life, only God can.
Of course.
So I know you had to feel some type of backlash of people looking at your life, and maybe you looked at yourself, well, I was supposed to be this way because I was raised this way. I had to be a tennis star.
Right.
Because
expectations.
Expectations.
So the expectations for my parents are to be godly, to be Christ-centered.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And other than that, it's wherever the wind takes you, as long as you have that foundation. So it was never any pressure for that. Like the color.
I'm talking about from the other people looking at you, not from your household.
So for me though, with that foundation intact and knowing and how I grew up, and you hear it on the album, I never gave a damn about what people thought about me. That's just the way that it was, when it was like that because, and even though I might have like those bouts of like being uncomfortable in my own skin, that type of thing, because I was different. You know what I mean? Like early age, like I'd listen to different music than I wasn't just rap for me. It was 60s. It was the Beatles. It was because of what my mom, my dad listened to all the Prince and everything, jazz, all these sort of things. So it was like, and then also being in the world of tennis and being around like different demographic of people, having to code switch, looking at all these different things. So like when it comes to like all those things, like it didn't really matter to me, right? But there is a stigma, like I had to understand where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Where I was at, how I had to talk when I was in Westfield.
Hey, you
mentioned that.
You know what I mean?
You mentioned that. He said code switch. People don't know what that means.
But that's code switching. It's like using a different language. Like,
did you have that in Fight?
I had that. It might have been brought up in like a couple of places, but like I said, like some of them joints is like mad, like
because that caught my ear. Okay. When I'm listening, you talking about code switch. I forgot which one it was.
Oh yes, no, it might
do it without thinking about it.
Right, but it might have either been Fight or it might have even been Land of the Free. I forget.
It might have been Land. It might have been Land of the Free.
Right, but what's the name talks about it. When they talk about like Malcolm X back in the day and how he was able to go in between because of the life that he had before he became Malcolm X, and he was able to go back to the street and have be able to witness what we would call witness to, you know what I mean, like, and then go back and have elegant conversations between academia, like like, that's something that I really feel that it is like it shouldn't be necessary because we are like the only people that really need to do that in a way. You know what I mean? Like you don't.
Other people try. They sound corny though.
But nah, when I'm talking like in all honesty, it was like. White people, right? They don't usually have to go back home to a neighborhood where they have to say, "Yo, my man, what up?" You know what I'm saying?
He's saying is that we are show me people.
Right. We have to be that though.
Yeah, we are show me people.
Yo, I've been in, like, besides being like wanting to do this poetry stuff, I've been in like from a career standpoint, like I've been in business, like you know what I mean. I've worked
down
in
Princeton.
Corporate. Yeah, I've been all types of places like this. So it's like
you gotta be a little different in Princeton.
Yo, so it's like you gotta understand what it is and where you're at. Like that's life.
So did you have to switch the way you were dressing? How did that go?
So there's certain things I don't care about, right? You know what I mean? Like
you know where I'm going with this.
Like with like the hair and different things and like the way that I dress and stuff. Like I'm casual, right? Because I'd wear this to work. Maybe
because they were saying they said you had the cardigans. You was super dressy,
right?
At one point until you say, "Yo,
yes,
I'm cool.
Right.
Let me relax a little bit."
Exactly, and that's really has been how I approach it all the time now. Like there's an element of like and maybe it's because I'm older. You can't take away certain things from me. Like I'm already giving you guys everything basically. My commute. You know what I mean? Like the hours I'm spending away from my sons that I would like now wish I had more of because like they're older. Not even my sons. Friends and family. Spending more time being a data collector. You know what I mean? I really feel like life really wasn't meant for us to be doing all this hustle and bustle back and forth, being away from your family. But the way that America is set up really is that, you got to make money. It's like you got to make money unless people are willing to live more modestly, you know what I mean, and say, I don't need this. I can live with, if I'm with somebody that I love, when we good, we got enough money to do, but everybody has their own different
land of the free, land of the free.
But you said land of the free, but I'm hearing people that's talking about leaving the country to do what he said.
There's a lot of people.
Reason why I'm bringing up land of the free. Thank you, B. He says I'm not looking for fame and care less about status. Let's chase a romance. Be my only bad habit.
Right.
And I'm like, you hear that, Soup? He chasing romance is your only bad habit.
He's a lover.
Used to be, not anymore.
Used to be, not a lover no more?
I abstain from relationships.
Ooh. He said he a play. He said he a play out here.
Nah, it ain't.
I'm messing with.
Nah.
But no, you can finish the lyrics with that.
Like,
can you finish the lyrics with that? Because God, everybody who's on the check-in, peace to Maisha, peace to everybody on the check. I just gave you a little snippet. He has you're layered upon layered with your lyrics, with the details, the way you touching them. We let people just hear other sides because I want them to know the foundation, the basis of this man. He just told you a lot about his personal life with his family, with relationships. He said, I got a divorce. My son is on the spectrum.
Right.
Look, I work here and I do this for a living with my job without even saying it. For 20 years, I stopped doing this. Since a foundation, since a kid, I'm playing tennis. My expectations were this. High scholar. We talked about gifted and talented earlier.
Right.
But you still do what you love.
Right.
I always talk about in the book, The Alchemist, and you're looking for God in that book, and they say, God is happy when you live your joys.
Right.
That's how you make God happy, when you're living your joys, positive joys, y'all.
Right. Oh, no, I hear what you're saying.
And even if y'all want to sip or whatever, it's not what goes in your mouth, it's what comes out your mouth.
Most definitely.
Because that means have balance, be able to handle yourself, and I feel God is happy, because you're happy. Living your joys right now, performing.
I wrote this poem, right? So there was a poem that I wrote that is called "Letting Go of Life Expected," and it goes through the journey of.
You want to say it?
No, I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
It's, if you go to my IG, it's on there. T Jack the Fantastic. Scroll through it. I forgot which one it is, but what happened is that when I was telling you about like my expectations was that life was going to be marriage, family, everything that I grew up with, and then I was able to realize that no, that's not maybe what God has for me, right? And then so at that point, coming back to the poetry, right, was at that same point. So the poetry was like, I'm so much more fulfilled doing this, you know what I mean? That any relationship didn't give me, you know what I mean? Like it's I'm like filling my cup up, right? So being able to for God to give me the grace to understand that, to me, where it was just like, Tim, like, nah, it's okay that this isn't for you. I have this for you, and this is cool. You know what I mean? So to me, like, it's hard to really, for me to be able to pursue how it is that I want to do this poetry shit and understanding how I would want to be in a relationship. I can't do that right now. You know what I'm saying? You. So it's like I have to keep that separate and pursue those sort of things. You know what I'm saying? So
you got to be selfish sometimes,
right? And that's
in a healthy way,
right? And that's not something that was in my DNA until I started pursuing this.
When we talk about fight, you said defending people he loves and had to find out the hard way,
right?
Is that relate to that?
Like, so when it comes to like everything, so you were saying before about growing up, right? And I'm sorry I use my head a lot.
No, use it. No, don't.
It's just
do not.
It's just the way that it goes.
Don't apologize over here. Right. We do everything.
Like,
Soup, you got him nervous over here, Soup.
Nah. What happened is that you talk about the way I grew up, right? And the fact that there was nothing really, like when I look back, I have no real traumatic anything.
You went to Hubbard, first off. You got to learn how to survive in Hubbard.
Fact.
We're going to give you that.
Right.
Like, let's be clear. Y'all had it tough. Y'all moms used to be at the school.
Right.
Your mom was like the school parent.
Right.
Right. People could have picked on you. They did.
Oh, most definitely.
Y'all could have felt pressure. Me and Just talked about it.
Right.
Nah. Y'all prevailed. Like, y'all stayed in y'all stayed in pocket the same way you stay in pocket when y'all get this album right here, by Hubbard.
Right.
He's in pocket on every beat. You stayed in pocket. You've had pressures. You had like in other ways where others didn't. Yeah, let's be clear. I don't want you thinking that.
But that's the thing too. Like when I look back at I feel like a lot of the things that I went through from adulthood.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Where I'll sit there and I write about, like, everything that I write about in either way is something that pertains to, like, something that I've experienced, whether it be from an imagination, whether it be from a concrete experience, and it's just melded together. You know what I'm saying? So everything is pulled from the pains or the experience, they all are there. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, like, being a child, like, I didn't have, lovely. You know what I mean? My parents loved me. Like, you know what I mean? Took care of everything. But and I'm not even going to sit there and say that and then going into like adulthood was like, but there was some fractures. You know what I'm saying? There was some fractures that, okay, everything isn't roses. Everything isn't sunshine and lollipops. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, people are cruel. You know what I mean? People will take advantage of you. You can sit there and give somebody that you feel that you're giving your best, that you say that you love, and they will shit on that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, oh, wow. All right. You know what I mean? So those are the things that was really like kind of got me as an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was like, but I still have my sons. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
You know what I mean? I still got everything, the journey. I could write so much more from a different perspective from the 20 years that I took off. You know what I mean? That gave me to this point where I met Chris at Cypher Skills. That a couple it was like a year ago, just to try to go back into the story.
Mm-hmm. Peace to Rolly.
Do you know Lyle?
Yeah. So
Lyle played tennis with y'all
He
too.
played tennis.
Yeah.
So he's younger than me. You know what I mean? So I don't know him per se, but I know he be doing his thing. I listen to his stuff. You know what I mean? Like fire. You know what I mean? But just because it's like, we need artists like that activate different mindsets, right? We need for somebody to challenge the status quo, to challenge the political regimes that are out there, because what art does, you know what I mean, even in certain forms that in some of my poetry, it's like, yo, we speak about these things. You know what I mean?
I would love to see all of y'all together.
Yo, most
you,
definitely.
Lyle, Flo.
Oh,
I call him Cookie.
Yo, it's funny, right?
I would love
Because
to see that.
it's funny because it's like it happened real fast with Jay, but like, yo, like it's never about me. Even with the album, you know what I mean? Yo, the shout out to like Chris, everybody who's there, the people that are on the back of the album. When I saw, like, I think I dreamed big, right? You know what I mean? So when I felt like, yo, when I saw Jay on Rawway, when he saw me performing, I was like, yo, it would be dope if I could get. If we schedule it where Flo can come on here, where my man,
I'm long overdue with
you
Flo.
know what I mean. But yo, hopefully, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
you
This
know
your
what I'm
home
saying?
right here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we could
get
do
all
it
of y'all-
because
get all of y'all together, man. Because y'all on the same path, but just taking different roads.
oh, most definitely. And for me, like my road has been different because now I'm coming into this quote unquote game where there's been people that have been doing like Flo like 20 years. My man Joseph Reuben Fuller. Yo, he has 8 albums.
Damn.
Never hear anything about it. On website, official, great. But we don't have any. Where are you gonna listen to it at?
But that
You can't turn on the
We
radio.
don't have a
station.
Def Comedy Jam.
You know what I'm
right
saying?
now. Even though Def Comedy Jam was what was the show that
That poetry.
Def Poetry
That poetry jam. That's what Flo was on.
I don't understand how a show like that could go away.
Because
Like, we need it.
because we don't have a second one and a third one.
But that's
see, like with
yeah.
comedy B, we had
Right.
we had Def Poetry Jam, we had with Def Comedy Jam,
Yeah.
we had BET comedy, and then you could go. He had like a Fox comedy. It
Right.
was so many different pockets for comedy, but you don't have that for poetry.
Right.
We
not
got
on the scale.
it,
Because
not
you
not
have-
on the scale.
Right.
I was looking up like the Grammy award winners. Let me see. Just today, like
Right,
who
right.
won the Grammys? And I'm like, yo, Mad Skills won a Grammy for the
poetry.
poetry album
Right.
for 2026. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, this is Skills. I'm a fan of
But they
Skills,
don't
Right,
announce
right.
that.
but they don't announce it like
Nah,
that.
it's not-
So I'm like, well, it starts with us.
Right.
It starts with us praising our people,
Right.
so this conversation can be had.
Most
And we
definitely.
can send this to all our people that we work with, all the people
Right.
that's over here, over there,
Most
our
definitely.
cousins down south,
Right,
across
right.
West Coast,
the
East
first
West.
time I saw Kanye was
So
on
we got
Def
it on Def
Jam.
Poetry.
But that's the thing. It's not even for me where you have to have. Of course, like I want to get poetry into like a visual medium where it's like we can make videos like music videos from poetry, right? That's, you know, like especially when you have some of the prose that some of these people are writing where they tell the most beautiful stories, you know what I mean, that you can act out in so many different ways. But it's also about having like, yo, I want to be able to turn on the radio and not have to hear rap and not have to, and I, you know, I love all of these different kind of music, but there's nothing that I can sit there and say, yo, like, yo, my man Joseph or Tim just dropped something new.
It might be on Sirius XM.
Right.
It might
Yeah.
be on
They
maybe
do
not
have-
maybe not
Right.
regular radio, but it's going to be
But
other
like
platforms.
he said, though, it's not mainstream.
But mainstream, so it's
You
like
want
to
to
me, it's
make
like
it
how
mainstream.
can like so in a way, it's like how can I make this mainstream?
It might
So I
be
work
good
on
that it's not mainstream,
But you know what, though? I think poetry.
but we want y'all to get that money.
But
for
that's
it.
what I'm
I think
saying.
if
Like,
That's
like,
what I
jumps
mean.
on the back of rap, it might get.
but to me, it's like when you look at when I listen to like a Kendrick Lamar, right? Yo, the way he hits the beat and everything like that, it's like, yo, it's poetry to me. And there's and even like where you look at like some of the like there's different. If you came to an open mic, right, like, and you saw like, and it was like a very good crop of poets that were there, you would hear hip hop, you would hear prose, you would hear like sonnets that are mixed with like there's so many different genres, but it's like, yo, it's the same thing as what you're listening to in rap.
But
It's just-
everybody ain't that nice.
Facts.
Because I've been to them open mics and it's a few that I want to go to the bathroom on. You're not that.
But I'm saying, yeah, there
You're
is-
not that. Let's be clear. We talk about Timmy, and we got this album right here on 8th by my middle school.
right,
by
right,
Hubbard.
right.
You gotta have him back on.
We're gonna have you back on.
Bet.
We're gonna have you back on. I want you on next week. Man, yo, because it's so many layers. I want to break this album down so much.
Right.
So much. And we got to get up out of here soon.
Yo, I feel
The way you flow, because you talking about Kendrick Lamar?
right.
Y'all, when y'all listen to this album right here, Timmy, you are so in pocket. Your lyrics are lyrics
Appreciate it.
on lyrics on lyrics.
appreciate
I love MCs.
Right.
I love MCs. I love dope MCs. The way, yo, Soup, the way he's in pocket with these beats, and the way that you spit in these lyrics.
Why are we playing something?
I gotta get.
You know what? Then he's gonna come on again. Whenever you say, I want you to come on soon.
Right. Yo, if this, we could plan it better, yo. Like, I can ask Flo. I can get Chris. You know what I mean? Like.
Timmy.
Sorry.
We are talking about Timmy. If
My
y'all
bad.
see the album,
Right.
we're gonna get everybody else.
Got you.
We are. There be another time. I
Right.
want you to be selfish right
Right.
now.
I hear you.
And I love all of it.
No, that's how
Right now,
that's
I
the
want you to
difficulty
be
for me. All
selfish.
right, bet.
You have put in all this work
For sure.
for us to praise you.
Right.
You already got shared Christmas with your brother.
Right.
Like, let's be selfish right now. Shout out to my brother John. Shout out to
Right,
John.
right.
I want you to be selfish right now because
sure.
we want to praise you. And look, this album right here. First of all, any upcoming events? They got people asking me right now. I think you got. Well, you tell us where's the next place they could find you. And are you gonna leave us? Because Soup said we gotta go, but can you give us something?
She wants a verse.
She wants a sample. She ain't say you ain't got bust a freestyle.
All
Can you
right.
maybe something off the album? Do you know everything? Big Just, you already know, Rolly. It's do we want poetic aphrodisiac? I think I
Yo,
might
if you
use
wanna
a few.
play it because I don't have it in like.
You don't
like I
have
said,
any-
Those are so old.
Next
right?
time?
Yeah. All right.
We'll
my
do it
bad.
next
Yeah,
time.
like if we wanted something like off.
Yeah.
I have memorized stuff.
Yeah, something that you memorize.
Whatever
Anything you got
Whatever
memorized.
you
All
got.
right.
Anything that you got
You need-
memorized.
Y'all want me to go right now? That's
Whenever you ready.
No, I didn't know if we was done or not. Like,
No, we not
No,
done.
you-
We about
Oh,
to be
yeah,
done
yeah,
in a
yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
we
got to do your shout outs and stuff.
we gonna
Right.
give you shout outs, but
Yeah, yeah.
we gonna come on again
Got you.
because you're worth.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
You're
that.
worth
That's
it.
part two.
All right,
Let's
part two.
please let's get a talk part two
Got a lot to go.
ASAP. ASAP. But for the people, when they see the part two, they're going to know the reason why I'm getting so hyped off
Right.
this album right now.
Most definitely.
Do they have to download it? Do they have
Yo,
to buy
nah,
it? What do they have to do?
All they gotta do is search my name and stream it. Like what it is with the album is like I didn't. Yo, if this, I put it to you this way: if this shit blows up, that's what's up. But yo, I look at it, like the art of it for me is where I'm at. The experience of being able to do, like, I have so much joy just with the creative experience, right? Crafting a poem, the way we put the beats together. Chris, masterful. Those beats weren't pre-done. Like, yo, I was there every Sunday, right? For a year and a half. Like,
Matching them.
like, yo, what we did is, like, I did a poem. And then I would listen to a music during the week and hear the sounds of how I felt it would go. You know what I mean? Chris was like, yo, he put the instruments in there and he would be like this, boom, 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 boom. And like, yo, and he would put a flute. And then he would put the bass. And then he would put the drums. And then he would put the piano. And then he would lift it here. And then he would lower it there. And then it would just, and like, yo, every track we did that for you. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And
I
like,
like
yo,
that.
and it was like going back, and it was like, and to me, it was the first time I ever did anything like this. So I'm like, the first time I went in there, and he was giving me a sample of what we were going to do, Data Collector, which was like my favorite, right? It's still my
Collector's
favorite, right?
dope.
Like, you know what I mean? And shout out to Chops. Chops is my best friend for 24 years. First guy, like one of my best friends from college. That's who's on the track. It was he put some beat on. And I'm like, oh shit, that's fire. And I thought we was done. I was like, all right, I'm ready, I'm done. Let's go. You know what I mean? He was like, nah. It was first day. And so this is how like new I was to the process. So like then he put it back in, and then like we started building. He was like, so I'm gonna put that there, and then I would come back on Sunday, and we would chill, and then we would work, and then it was just like boom, 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 and then it was like, all right, we done. No, now we gotta mix it. Now we gotta master it, you know. And I'm like, when the fuck this shit's gonna be done? You know what I mean?
Sound like Tupac. Tupac was like that. He's like, man, y'all mix it when I get
Like,
back.
yo, like-
I'm out. I'm going to the club.
But it was
Mentions
great.
like that.
Yeah.
But it was great though because during the whole process, like, and it's like, and it didn't stop, right? Because my writing got better through that whole process afterwards, right? Like, I have stories for every track. You know what I mean? Like, the writing, there was some times where I was writing there while, you know what I mean, while we're listening to something else. Poetic Aphrodisiac, if you listen to it, the inspiration from that was from, I work on a campus. So like there was a class that they were giving, and the class was, what if a it was like the short story is a love affair, the novel is a marriage. So I started thinking
and the poem is a quickie.
Is a poem a quickie? You know what I mean? Hot and
I
steamy.
pay attention to you.
Right, hot and steamy in the corner of a speakeasy. You know what I mean? Like
You hear that soup? Like, come on now.
Like, you know, but it's like, but all of these things are like I said, it's either pulled from imagination or real things that melded together to make this poetry. Yo, when I say I take this thing, like.
So what we gotta do for you to come back soon?
Just tell me when you need me.
Next week.
Yo, let's do it. You know what I mean?
We're gonna get part. Yo, it's your word?
Yo, if you need me here, I will be here.
No, it's not. We need you.
Oh, I will be here. Yeah.
We need you.
I
Not
will be
if
here.
we do. First of all, because you got a whole nother layer, and we want to break this all the way down.
I feel you.
Because they had to get the background, and he has so many layers.
You know,
yo, it's
we know somebody that breaks down lyrics too.
So next Monday,
right.
everybody, next Monday,
Right.
we got Tim and Jax on
I will
for a
be
part
back.
2. We
Most
never did a
definitely.
part 2 like this. You deserve a part 2.
I appreciate that.
We need this because I'm like, nah, I want to break down these poems
Right.
because what they mean to other people. This art is going to live forever.
Most definitely.
This art is going to live forever. And there's other topics, hot topics that's out there that relate to these. And I don't even want to rush them tonight.
Nah, I hear you.
I don't even want to rush them
appreciate
tonight. Let's get some shouts because Tim said he's going to be on. We're going to keep that same whiskey for next week.
Right.
It ain't going to stay at the studio because I think the general's going to say, let me have some. You know, let's go. But Timmy, let's get some shout outs real quick.
Yo,
Timmy said he's going to be on next week. We got his word.
Yes, I'm going to be here next week.
It's going to be
Well,
new chicken next week. It ain't going to be the same bird.
Yo, I definitely want to thank God, yo. First and foremost, of course, not even as a cliche, but as like the foundation of it all. Mom and dad,
cliche,
of course,
bro.
like
At all.
my mother, my dad, Just, Mary Cut, that's my 2 sisters, Chops, Joseph, Chris, definitely, you know, first and foremost, with us, like the bond that we were able to create, Rose, Rebel Fields, like, yeah, I haven't even talked about Rebel Fields.
We're going to get into all that. That's why we
like,
got to finish this next
Most
week because I want
definitely.
everybody who follows you,
Right.
your whole community.
Right.
'Cause we talked about all the other communities from the tennis to
Right.
the rugby and all those college. We got to fully get into because we just said how we going to build this community up more.
Oh, yeah.
We can't stop this week.
Oh, most definitely.
Next week, let's
Right,
get into
most
it.
definitely. I appreciate it.
Yo, part 2 next week, man. Shout out to
do
my
it, let's
barber.
do it,
Shout out
let's
to
do
my
it, let's do
stylist. Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Yo, I need y'all next week. When he comes on next week, I need y'all to tell me what is your favorite track for On 8
For sure.
by Hubbard.
Definitely.
On 8 by Hubbard. All streaming platforms, on YouTube, all that good stuff, man. Y'all check it out. We are Beards and Baldheads. We'll see y'all next week.